Welcome to the Healthy Moving Podcast, the show that helps you to exercise less, but move more so that you will feel better. I am your healthy moving enthusiast, Jen Hoffman of stayathomeyoga.com. Today we're talking about 3 words that have the power to inform not only your health choices, but all of life's decisions. Plus, I'm answering a listener question about sinus congestion and head colds. It's that time of the year, friends. Stick around. It's going to be an informative show. Last year, my family and I packed up and moved. Now, we didn't just move across town or even across our state. We moved 900 miles away from our life and everything and everyone we knew. That kind of transition, it tends to strip away the excess on many levels. As I packed up one house and set up another, 3 words served as my kind of central guiding intention. Only what matters. Only what matters. More than 7 months later, I can't believe how well those words continue to serve me. They're an anchor, a focal point, a beacon in storms. We're living in a time and a place that affords us an unparalleled amount of choice. And I'm not sure it's always good for us. The opportunity to be distracted is so high. Bright, shiny objects and flashy headlines, a steady stream of interaction that we call social, but it's usually anything but. It's all constantly pulling our focus from what really matters. Of course, this is true with our health as well. Just take a look at the volume of health messages you're bombarded with on a daily basis. Headlines like 5 stomach fat foods or how to lose weight fast, how to tone your arms, magazine covers and television commercials with before and after pictures, online ads for the latest fitness trends. And even with all this information, most of us find ourselves stuck in a health rut year after year. Maybe that's not because we're failures. Maybe we're heading in the right direction, but we need to shift our focus to only what matters. So often we think of exercise as the answer to all of our health woes. And it is true, exercise as we think of it, it can create some favorable changes. But it also comes with a host of problems. It doesn't give us all the movement nutrients we need, and often it can negatively impact some parts of the body. So before we spend a ton of time planning for and stressing about, and occasionally actually executing our regular workouts, we have to ask, does exercise, as we currently think of it, fit into the only what matters category? Does it make us feel better? Does it help us take less medication? Does it give us a steady stream of energy throughout the day? Does it help us to sleep better and stress less? Does it resolve our aches and pains? Because do we really have time for a movement program that does anything less than improve our health and vitality on every level? So what can you do instead? You can begin to weave healthy movement into the fabric of your day. I'm going to be here helping you do just that. Even in today's Q&A, I'm going to give you some healthy moving inspiration. It doesn't look very much like exercise, but this movement absolutely helps improve your health and vitality. So be sure to stick around for that. And of course, if you want a step-by-step plan for doing only the movement that matters, head over to stayathomeyoga.com/support and sign up for our next coaching and challenge group. We're starting in less than 2 weeks, and it's going to be an awesome group full of support, accountability, and definitely inspiration. Friends, this week, as you're faced with this endless stream of choice, choose only what matters.
Jen. This is Meredith. I really enjoy all of your work that you do on stay-at-home yoga, and appreciate you very much. I wanted to ask you a question about cold season. I seem to catch a lot of colds, and often they even turn into sinus infections. With it being cold season, do you have any tips for yoga poses or other habits that could strengthen your immune system? And also, if you do have a cold, are there any yoga poses that you recommend, or do you suggest not doing any yoga while you have a cold? And when I get a cold, I usually get very stuffed up and have trouble breathing, and so that's one of my main issues. But anyways, I sure appreciate you, and thanks for all you do. Bye-bye.
Meredith, this is a great question because unfortunately you are not alone. It's cold and flu season out there, and many of us are battling the yuck. So let's talk first about improving our immune system health. Meredith, I know you're one of my students, but let me just say that the specific brand of healthy moving that I advocate has a very specific goal. And that goal is restoring optimal alignment. Now, alignment is important for a lot of reasons, one of which has an impact on the immune system. That is that when we restore optimal alignment in the body, we help improve the flow of lymph through the body. This is an absolute essential thing for our immune system health. Restore your alignment, improve the flow of lymph, and your immune system functions better. So even just starting with the exercises that we did in last week's Move Along episode is a great way to begin restoring optimal alignment. Now let's talk a little bit about when you actually have the cold and sinus issues, what can you do? So let's talk a little bit about the interworkings of the nose. Inside the nose, there are these contractile tissues. They're called cilia. These little guys, they spin around and they help move everything out. Dust and pollen and mucus and other junk. When we have a ton of sinus pressure, they stop working. So we need to focus on keeping these little guys contracting and spinning. Here's 2 things we can do to help them. Number 1 is to begin to use a neti pot. You know, when I first started using these about 10 or 15 years ago, nobody had ever heard of it. I used to bring them into the yoga studio and give my students a demonstration of how to do it. But now you can find the neti pots and the squeeze bottles for doing a nasal rinse, even in the pharmacy section at Target and Walmart. So pick one of those up and get in the habit a couple times a day of rinsing out your sinuses and your nasal passages. The second thing is to relax facial tension, the tension that we build up in the face from squinting our eyes or staring at the computer screen, furrowing our brow, or even the sniffling that comes with a cold. All that tension adds pressure to the sinus cavities, which make it difficult for us to remove waste. So, relax the tension in your face. Try this little exercise. Close your eyes and see if you can go inside and discover where you're holding tension in your face. Relax the eyes, the space between the eyes. Relax your cheeks. Let all facial expression just melt away. Relax your nose, your ears, your jaw, even your gums and your lips. Swallow and relax the throat. A couple times a day, do this process of consciously letting go of tension that you might be holding in the face. Now, the last thing is to help improve the flow of lymph, which helps remove waste in and around the head by reducing some of the neck tension that we all too often carry. It's so simple, and you can do this one almost anywhere. It's simply a head hang. Close your eyes and let your chin drop toward your chest. You're not pulling or yanking the head down here. You're just letting gravity work. Relax your shoulders as you're here. Kind of relax and soften your jaw. Just let your head be heavy. And then when you're ready, inhale and bring your head back up to neutral. A couple times a day, do that to help release tension in the neck to improve the flow of lymph. Okay, I hope that helps, Meredith. I wish you wellness and feeling much better very soon. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, please head over to iTunes to subscribe, rate, and review. I want to give a special shout out and a personal thank you to K. Neubauer 1, Mrs. W.H. Trice, Andrea in Austin, CEO Mommy, ETZ 1970, Defeat the Drama, and Christiane at Create Your Now. Special thanks to all of you for reviewing the show over in iTunes this past week. I greatly appreciate it. You can find the show notes and links to join me for a free live class every month over at healthymovingpodcast.com. If you have a question you'd like me to answer on air or a story you'd like to share, call me at 201-580-MOVE or click the Leave Me a Message link in the show notes. And you can help me start this healthy moving revolution by telling your friends and family about the show. There's Facebook and Twitter links over on the site to make spreading the word a breeze. Until next week, friends, keep moving.